Right, I've got something to look forward to. I have booked the Lower Itchen Fishery for a club day out next week. I think it's next week. And also I've been invited to a private stretch of the Itchen. So I'm going to stay the night down in Southampton for 2 nights and going to have a fish on the chalk streams. I love the chalk streams. They are beautiful. As much as I love the Eden and its muddy waters, the clear waters of the chalk streams of the southern England are stunning. Anyway, I'm just starting to have a bit of a sort out of my gear because it's a total mess. What I need to sort out is my centre pin. I don't use it very often, but I might have a go whilst I'm down there. And my boys like to play with it. And look what I've found. The little monkeys, they like to see it spin, and it's got in a right old mess. I'm going to have to totally re-spool that. Never mind. Next thing I've got to sort out is my float tube. I am not looking forward to opening this. This is going to be horrendous. Look at the state of those. Oh my days. I normally have about half a dozen rigs all set up, but I haven't done it since last autumn. I've been bodging it and really got carried away. I've just been chucking it in because I go fishing for short times. I don't really tidy up after myself very often. Anyway, I must endeavour to fix that. Just got here, having a pint. It's going to be hard to take myself fishing. This was my accommodation for a couple of days. The Anglers Inn in Bishopstoke. Overlooks the River Itchen. Just a wet pub, nice and clean. Nothing fancy, £50 a night. Right, here we are at the Lower Itchen Fishery. I'm going to give it a couple of hours or an hour for a barbel. There's some really big barbel in here. So yeah, I'm just going to chuck some meat around, see what we get. All the other anglers have gone upstream. I've sent them on a divert so I can fish this bit. There's a nice deeper bit of water down there, going to trot that later on. My good friend Peter's over there trotting. And yeah, we'll catch some grayling, going to catch some chub later. Today, don't know what it is. Oh, Kel surprise, it's a trout. Oh. Pretty little wildy though. Well, steady. Oh, you gulp that down. I've been fishing now for probably half hour. I've had one trout and I've been chucking a few bits of meat in on this slack water on this side of the weir pool. So I'm going to try double meat out there just for half an hour. I've already got a big set up for a good bit of trotting, and I find it hard to ignore the trotting. But I know there's barbel in it. I think somebody said there was 18. So you've got to be in it to win it, so I'm going to give it a bit of a go. What I might do is return at dusk and fish this last knockings. Have you got one? Pete's straight into a fish. What is it, trout? Oh, grayling. Right, I didn't catch any barbel, I gave it an hour. I'm going to go trotting down there. The lure of the float, eh? Can't resist it. Right, so I've made it to another spot. I had loads of chub out of this swim quite a few years ago, but unfortunately the river's changed. It's just how rivers are. The river's changed, the river's got a bit wider, the trees have got a bit more overgrown, and there's a lovely slack over the far side. Oh, what am I doing? There's a lovely slack over the far side there where the chub live. But unfortunately the trees come to that shallow bit there. And yeah, sharp-eyed amongst you, that is my float there in the centre of the screen. So I've done a bit of Christmas decorating, but I have caught a grayling. I'm not going to weigh it, it's a good pound, but grayling are bloody fragile fish. They try to die for fun. So I've literally only had him out of the water for 2 seconds. He's a good fish. I don't think he's £2, but he might be £1.5. But yeah, he's trying to die. Poor thing. They do that a lot, grayling. The river keepers yesterday was saying about throwing him in from a bit of a height, but he looks alright. I'm going to put him back now. Right, let's let you go, little young man or young lady. There she goes. Oh, there you go. Whoosh. And away. I'm hooked up into a bloody great trout. I'm having an absolute mare of a day. That swim over there is really hard to fish. I've lost 2 floats in it. I just put on another rig and the Carisso thing wasn't attached and the hook fell off, and just sometimes you wonder why you bother. But I think this is a rainbow. There's a big tree down there, I'm bound to get snagged on that as well. It might be a sea trout actually. There's my landing net. The worst thing is I can even see the chub from every now and then, just coming over the gravels over there. But can I get a float over there? Oh, and I've left my catapult in the car. Moan, moan, moan. So I can't quite get the maggots there. Right, here we go. That is a beautiful trout. A really beautiful trout. Look at the colours on that. Just stand still. It's one of those days of sort of you tread on your rod type of day. There's a bloody hook. Don't wiggle. God, that hook is well in there. Right in his scissors. Oh, stand still. There we go. Hopefully he doesn't disturb the, he's swum off strong. Hopefully he doesn't disturb the swim too much, because they are a bit reckless, the old trout. And can tempt some of them chub. You'll see what I mean by the cast. It's just, I don't want a really heavy float because I'll definitely put it in the trees, but you've got to get a good cast and the, it's definitely one of those days. That same Carisso snapling has come undone again. Just lost the maggot. Another hook link. Running out of hook links as well. Running out of floats, running out of hook links. Moan, moan, moan. I think we're going to go home. I think that's my last one. So yeah, you'll see what I mean by this cast in a minute. And so with a bulk as well, you want to sort of break it when it comes in or lay it out flat, and it you've got to give it the full whack, and it doesn't, it quite often get it in a good spot and it ends up being in a tangle. Oh, just about. Well, that was encouraging. I tell you what, I just fed some maggots in the middle of the stream, and there was a whole job load of chub come up right in easy territory, which is encouraging. They're all in amongst the trout and the grayling. Oh my God, look at them all. I'm going to feed this little aquarium in front of you. See what you see. In they go. Oh, they're coming. You see them all bubbling away? What's that? Look at them all. Bloody millions of them. I'll throw another handful in. It's quite entertaining. Not so many coming up. I think they all got carried away following the last lot. Pretty certain they're nearly all trout. I thought the black tails were some chubs, but I think they're all trout. Got one. Whoa! Unfortunately, we've got a trout. Whoa! Lively buggers. Might be. They're bloody hooligans, these trout. Maybe it was a trout. I think this is a sea trout. It's definitely not a normal trout. There's a big grayling swimming about down there. Easily a pound. I think this is a sea trout, you know. Oh, don't go around that log, you bastard. Oh, he's gone around that bloody log. No, he hasn't. I got him out. God. Dear, oh dear. This is definitely a sea trout. He is gonna do me. He's nearly done me. He nearly done me, you bugger. I'm having a right game with this one. I haven't got much respect for trout really, but they do fight hard. I think he's slightly foul hooked, that's why I can't control him. I think he's slipped in the peck. Yeah, hooked in the cheek. Pretty trout. They all came up like a swarm. Absolutely loads of them. I thought there was a chub or two amongst them. There's grayling. Grayling. Loads of grayling in there. There's a big old trout in there. Let's have another go. I'm going to cast away from them actually. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's that sort of day. You see this? Do you ever get it? Now the camera's not in the right place. Do you guys ever get days like this? Tell me about your worst day in the comments below. I ain't had a bad day, but just one of them days just keeps getting worse and worse. I'll probably be stuck on the motorway on the way home. Oh, yeah. That is the third time on the trot that's happened. These Clarisso thing. This is a smaller one that I've been using, but this one keeps coming undone. It's no good. Get rid of it. I think this is is it a chub? Yes. Hallelujah. Been trying for a chub for quite a while. I'm bored witless of trout, and I finally got a chub. It does make me laugh. This swim, I've fished this river for probably 4 or 5 years, and every time I get a chub out of this swim, they don't go far. Oh. Not a particularly big one, but a chub nonetheless. Got any maggots in there? No, he's got no maggots in there. Thought he might have a few maggots in there. Just keep him in the net for a bit. They don't scare his mates. So yeah, this spot is quite a got slippy fingers. This spot is quite a tricky swim, and it's quite unusual in that I'm actually casting overhead to fish this. Don't very often cast overhead with a stick float, but you're casting it over there. Good heave-ho, left my catapult in the car, and then trotting down. The worst thing is the line's in front of it, and it does tend to race the float through a little bit quick. It's alright. Work for that chub, obviously. Oh, now we've got Swan coming down to say hello. Hope he keeps swimming through. That way. Thank you. Don't need you eating my maggots. Let's wait for his mate. They go like grease lightning downstream. Oh, very regal. Right, chub. That's a nice trot down there though. Right under there. There it goes. Oh. Got in a bit of a mess. Overhead casting, just general casting with a stick float's a mess. Yeah. Trying to feather it as I go, as it hits the water, to get it to straighten out. That's straightened out lovely. You've got to get as close as you can to these sort of features and these sort of waters. The water's clear. The grayling and the trout are pretty stupid, but the chubs are not. They need cover. Right, that's me done for the day. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. Subscribe button's down there. Thumbs up button for liking. And thanks to Chris Tyler for subscribing. See you again next time.